When I was diagnosed with a prolapse, I did what most women do. I Googled it, and I wish I hadn't, because the images made it look like my organs were literally falling out of my vagina. And I remember thinking, is that what's happening to me? If you've ever had the same fear, then this video is for you. Hi, I'm Lara and I'm a strength coach, helping women return to exercise with confidence after having pelvic floor symptoms. Today, I want to explain what a prolapse actually is without the fear. A prolapse simply means that one or more of your pelvic organs are sitting a little lower than they used to. That's the medical definition, but I don't actually think it's very helpful for explaining things because it leaves women wondering, but are my organs actually falling out? The answer is no. Your organs haven't detached. Your bladder is still attached inside. Your uterus is still attached inside, and your bowel is still attached. Think of your pelvis like a house. Here's the analogy that I wish someone had actually explained to me, and I've put it together in simple terms because this is how I understand things and I like looking at pictures and analogies. So imagine your pelvis is like a house. So if you see on the left, there's the house, you've got the bladder, the uterus, and the bowel are the furniture in that top level. And the pelvic floor muscles are like the floorboards underneath. And then your ligaments, your connective tissue are the walls, the beams, the brackets, and they help keep everything supported. Now, imagine that over time, on the right-hand side, the floorboards become a little springier, and one of the supporting beams stretches slightly. Does the sofa suddenly crash through the floor? Well, unless you've had like a massive major flood or catastrophe, then no. It simply sits a little lower than before, and it's much closer to what's happening with a prolapse. The support system has changed. Your organs haven't become detached. They're still connected by ligaments, connective tissue, blood vessels, fascia, and surrounding tissues throughout your pelvis. They're just not sitting inside your body, waiting to fall out. Another way to think of it, because some people need different types of analogies, is like a bra, a sports bra, preferably, maybe. When it's brand new, it feels really supportive. After years of wearing it and washing it, and then the elastic becomes a little stretchy and you kind of wish you bought 3 more pairs. Your breasts haven't detached. The support underneath has changed. And it's a similar idea with the tissue that helps support the pelvic organs. I hope I'm helping explain things a little better. Now, let me just go to another section, hopefully simplifying things so that it's not scary images of things just falling out of you. So just imagine your vagina is like a tube. The different stages simply describe where an organ is sitting within that tube. So if you're someone who has gone to see a pelvic floor physio and has been diagnosed with a prolapse and they've told you a stage and you're like, what the heck does that mean? Then this will be helpful for you. If you haven't seen a pelvic floor physio, but you're concerned that maybe you do have a prolapse and you're feeling sort of heaviness, bulging, kind of like a tampon's falling out of you, then it might be worth going to see a pelvic floor physio. Knowledge is power. Anyway, back to the vagina tube. The different stages simply mean where an organ is sitting within that tube. So stage 1, sitting a little lower. Stage 2 is closer to the opening. Stage 3 reaches the opening. And stage 4 extends beyond the opening. They're describing location. They're not describing or telling you how severe your symptoms will be. They're not telling us what you can and can't do in life. And they're certainly not predicting your future. So why do some women feel symptoms? Well, some women have a prolapse and never know they have one. Others notice heaviness, like I mentioned before. They feel pressure. They feel like a vaginal bulge, and that tends to be what I feel, that sort of bulging sensation. Or some people say are feeling like they're sitting on a tampon. What's really interesting is that symptoms don't always match the stage of prolapse. 2 women can have exactly the same prolapse on examination, but one has no symptoms while the other feels quite bothered by it. Just like one person can have symptoms with a stage 1 prolapse and someone could have no symptoms with a stage 4 prolapse. So does feeling worse mean it's getting worse? Another really common question I hear. It feels worse today. Does that mean my prolapse has become worse? Not necessarily. Symptoms can change from day to day. They may be influenced by things like fatigue or constipation, hormones, your menstrual cycle, standing for long periods of time, or simply how much your body has had to manage that day. Maybe it's a particularly stressful season for you. Feeling more symptoms doesn't automatically mean your prolapse has become worse. Did I cause this? One of the hardest things of a prolapse diagnosis is the guilt. Women ask me, was it because I lifted my toddler? Was it because I exercised? Was it because I moved furniture? And the reality is that there's rarely one single thing to blame. Pregnancy, birth, genetics, aging, menopause, constipation, connective tissue, hypermobility, previous surgery, they can all play a role. Sometimes women, if there's one thing I'd love you to remember from today, is this. Prolapse is a description of where an organ is sitting. It isn't a description of what you're capable of. It doesn't automatically mean you have to stop lifting, stop exercising, stop running, stop living your life, stop lifting your children. If no one has told you this yet, your body is not broken. The more you understand what's happening in your body, the less frightening it becomes. In the next episode, I'm going to explain something I was diagnosed with after my first birth, a levator avulsion. It sounds scary, but I'll show you why it doesn't automatically mean your future is limited. I'll see you in the next episode.